Another video in my kitchen, and today I am using Scapes garlic scape pesto I made. Dehydrated garlic scapes, and I am making another delicacy, and this will be the last of the series of garlic scapes and what to do with it. Hello and welcome back to Basics Homestead. My name's Annie. This will be the last video of the series of what I do with garlic scapes. Prior video, I did a basil pesto, basil garlic scape pesto, garlic scape butter, and then I did the garlic scape pesto, and I did a garlic scape sweet pepper relish. So today I'm gonna do three things, if I can. If I cannot, it's gonna be two. So garlic scape salt, and I'm gonna be adding Dijon to this, and maybe honey to do a garlic honey Dijon. Made a little boo-boo. I tested before I was gonna do it, did not work. So my blender does not have enough. I wanted to do one recipe with Dijon and honey, and then one just Dijon, but I'm just gonna separate it at the end. So half a cup of this, which is the garlic scape pesto. The video is gonna be in the description below, and I'm gonna try to tell you here, and 4 tablespoons of Dijon. But here's my suggestion: if you don't like Dijon, start on the smaller side, because Dijon is pretty potent. So instead of doing 4, I'm gonna do 3, and then taste it. So that will be the third one, and I'm gonna blend it. Let's see if this works. These are done sterilizing. I'm gonna stick with 3 heaping tablespoons. I'm not gonna put more. This is to your preference. If you like it, you can go higher if you want. If you don't, go lower. It's easier to go lower and then add more than being too potent and you don't enjoy it. So what will I do with this? So the first one, I'm gonna use it for vinaigrettes because there's honey in it. And the second one, I'm gonna use it for hamburger. So it is grilling season. So that's gonna go on that. Really smells good. Try to make it as even as possible. Getting every little bits out. Okay, and I'm just gonna add a splash of honey in. Let's just show this one. And mix it. One year I'm gonna do the Dijon recipe from the ball book, and then this will be homemade all the way. But until then, this is what I have. Just a bit more. There you go. So 2 splashes of honey. So I'm gonna leave this. Tell me this is honey. On to the next one. Now with the garlic scape that I chopped up and dehydrated, I'm gonna do two things. Number one is whole like this. I'm just gonna leave them in a jar. And then if I need garlic powder, I'm just gonna powder this with my coffee grinder. Why don't I just pulverize it right away and do powder? Is I find that it does like a cake inside, and I find that this lasts longer leaving them in chunks. So one of the things I found online is that they chop up the garlic scape with the coarse salt and then dehydrate it and then pulverize it to do garlic scape salt powder. But since I like to have both, I do it differently. So I dehydrate my garlic scapes first, and I measure how much I have in powder, and then I go a little bit less than half of the same quantity after pulverizing my coarse salt. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm just using a normal coffee grinder. You could do blender, but I find that the coffee grinder makes it like really, really, really powdery. Ew. I'm gonna measure quick how much I have. I think it's a 1/3 cup. Not even, so let's do that. So this is a 1/2 tablespoon. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna do salt now and then add it. So I'm gonna do using coarse salt. I'm using gray Atlantic gray sea salt. That's what I'm using. So I'm aiming for about a tablespoon. That's what it looks like. So it probably would be easier to do this the other way around. Like you pulverize after chopping it roughly your garlic scape with salt and then dehydrate it and just use the coffee grinder. So I'm gonna go with this one. Oh, I did a bit too much. Let's do that. I don't do too much of this because I don't want it to cake. I'm gonna be using this in salads. I'm gonna try it on maybe steaks. Like sometimes I put garlic powder on my steaks or with salt. So I'm gonna try that. But anywhere you would put salt and garlic, this is where you would put it. But it is like really a delicacy because I'm using like super great salt and homegrown garlic scapes. I got these little fun jars at the Dollarama. I really love them. I put all my delicacies in these, so yeah, you can go check that out. I'm just gonna put the rest. So this is from earlier on this year. I'm just gonna add this to that. So this concludes the garlic scape little series that I did. Don't forget to identify your jars, the date that you do it, And the first Dijon will go in the fridge. This will go in a cool, dark place. So until the next video, take care. Bye.